All right, let's try to give the sound a sound check. What's up, everybody? Let me know if you hear me okay. If you don't mind, that would be nice. And if you can hear me okay, then we're good to go. What's up, everybody? Happy Friday, TGIF. I'm gonna say hello to everyone in the chat. Hey, look, if you're just watching, join the chat down below. The good times are in the chat. It's not in the lurk. So join the chat, say hello to your friends, etc., etc. Um, Pretty informal here. You know how it goes. All right, let's say hello to whoever is in this chat. Oh, yeah, and hit the like on your way in. That'd be cool too. Scott says TGIF. Yeah, welcome in, Scott. Welcome in. All right. Well, we got Scott. Bobby Smith says, hello, Prof mods in chat. Hello, Bobby Smith. What up? Bobby Smith. Phoenix. What up, Phoenix? Um, yeah, no words, Phoenix. No words. No words. Calling me and my kids chomos. It just don't work out with me, man. Lambert Co. What's up? Peace, Prof, and chat. What's up, Lambert Co? For baby daddy. Good evening, my zero cool impression. Yeah, he also says he'll say like second like, third like number 7. What's up, Noe Ramos? What's up, Noe? Everything good in the hood, Noe? Foxy Lady. What up, Foxy Lady? Representing hard in these YouTube streets. Good to see you here. Thanks for being here. Happy Friday, Foxy Lady. All right, Rebecca Ann. Rebecca Ann, what up? You coming back, Rebecca? Royal We, what up, Royal We? Sandy D. Hey, Sandy. What have you been doing? Where you been, Sandy? What's going on in these YouTube streets, Sandy D? Nancy Drew 101. Hey there, fur baby daddy. Oh, I see. You confused me with that. Hey there, fur baby daddy. Scott says, Happy Father's Day, Prof, and all the dads. Yeah, no, I extend that to all of you dads except Troll Farm. What up, fathers and dads and grown ass men in the house? Uh, Happy Father's Day to you. Thanks for doing what you do. And that's how it is. Chevy Killer. What up, Chevy Killer? What up, Prof? What up, Chevy? All right. Phoenix, the triple burger. Yeah, man. Blessings galore. How are you? I'm on my 5 mile bike ride. Will you be off of it soon? Anyhow, welcome to everyone who joined the chat. I got stitches, okay? I got stitches in my forehead. Uh, it's still very sore. It hurts, and reminds me that I did not take my painkiller uh, today at all. I kind of want to take it now, but yeah. So I basically split my forehead open by slipping. It's complicated. You wouldn't understand, but um, I got. All right, so the I have an old Mercedes. Okay, they're very very heavy. The doors are very very heavy. Mercedes is a heavy car, especially an older one. And what happened is my windows were down, the sprinklers came on, and I had a freak out moment. And I said, oh no, the sprinklers are going to go all in and into the car. So I ran out there in a frenzy to to try to open the door as I'm getting sprinkled on, and so is the door, and then put the windows up. And in the midst of that, um, while opening the door vigorously, I kind of slipped as the door was swinging my way, and so the door bit me in the head real bad, real bad. Uh, and I got a slight concussion too. I mean, it rang my bell. I was kind of off for a day or two. Uh, you know the feeling. It's like you're drunk. So I felt drunk for a whole. I got a free got a free buzz for 2 days, and honestly, I'm still coming down from it. It's boy, it was something. It hurt like hell, and it made me a little sluggish in the brain. So be careful. It's not worth it. Let the car get wet. As I learned my lesson, go slow. There's no reason. And I'll tell you about another incident that happened. I believe it was yesterday. Yeah, but they are like tanks. Hey, Carol, what's up, Carol? Welcome in. Hey, bitches started without me. Yep, we did. Anyway, so it left me a big knock on the head and a gash, and I don't know. I just still don't feel too good. Of course, now I was already what whole other issue, a side issue is I think part of the reason it happened is I was already medicated for my other problem I have going on. So sort of had some sinus medications, antibiotics, and all of this whole thing going down. And anyway, oh man, back had to get a soda. Well, damn. What's up, K West? So that is my that is my past couple days, and I left out an incident that I might get into later. But this poor old lady down the street, uh, she fell right in front of the house, real bad, real bad. The ambulance had to come get her. I hit my head all the time. I have a blind spot, but I did the same thing at Pizza Hut, trying to get Tylenol out of the car and jerk the door into my forehead. But we still got pizza. Whoa! Did you did you did you crack your head open? Yeah. All right. Flush your nose with warm salt water. Well, that's part of the regimen I'm under. I got the little device from the doctor, and all the there's just so much going on. There's so much going on. I'm not going to give you my whole my whole rigmarole, but it's been a pain. It's just been months and months of dealing with different stuff, and then yeah, but it is Friday, so man, we had it's been crazy with the news. The news has just been off the charts. Like I don't know who's been paying attention to the YSL Rico case, but that little guy Woody, it's been hilarious watching the clips from that. All right, watching the clips from that has been hilarious. Pain meds never work for you. I don't like the way that yeah, they don't work for me. They don't work for me. They work, but they don't. Not a fan. They don't work with me. That sucks, Nancy Drew, except for the pizza part. Yeah, head injuries. Yeah, Bobby, about the mental fog it gives you. Like, seriously, I wasn't joking. I told the neighbor lady, I'm like, I felt drunk for 2 days. Did not need stitches, but I was a frightening sight with the lumpy knot. Yeah, the old YSL Young Thug Rico case trial in Georgia. It's truly a circus. I've never seen anything so hilarious or really disgusting. I'm watching it, and it's a complete mockery. As I'm watching it all the way around, it's a complete mockery. And yeah, if cameras weren't in the courtroom, people wouldn't believe how much of a shit show it is. It's a total shit show. Cameras in the courtroom allow us to see that, but the Woody guy, I believe his name is Kenneth Copeland or Woody Copeland. Okay, he's a little guy and he's making a mockery of it. The prosecutor's making a mockery of it. The judge is making a mockery of it. The defense attorneys are pretty damn good, but they just can't get anywhere because they're dealing with a bunch of clowns. They're dealing with the judge who's a whack job. They're dealing with a prosecutor, a whole prosecution team, a bunch of whack jobs. Ghetto. I hate to say it, but they just strike me as real fucking ghetto. It's like, dude, it's a circus. Yeah. Shop light fell and hit you. 15 stitches. Ooh. Well, that's twice as bad as I got it. So I got twice as bad as I got it, brother. All right. Darrell Brooks trial wore me out. Have not watched any trials since then. Yeah, yeah. I don't want to watch. I watched that as well, and I'm surprised that I did not broadcast it. I was so obsessed with Delphi at the time. I ended up not doing anything with it. But that trial, I tell you, that guy right there, he didn't care about seeming unhinged. I don't know if he didn't understand the way he came across was like an unhinged, like psychotic killer, which he is. Um, that's the guy who plowed through a parade, killing a bunch of people and hurting a bunch more. But he was unhinged in court. I mean, he came across as a maniac, kind of like Jen McCabe comes across on the witness stand. Well, worse though. Okay, Chevy Killer says the Young Thug case is interesting because Gull has been having meetings with the prosecutor behind closed doors without the defense knowing. Yeah, it's a similarity. There's lots of similarities in all of this, right? Because we are going through, like I said, we are going through the draining of the swamp, also the beginnings of the storm, which means all of this is intentionally being exposed for you to see because that's part of it is that it must be disclosed. Everyone has to see this happening. And I'm telling you, it's yeah, but the ex parte meetings that are not supposed to be ex parte. Um, Sandy says rituals after rituals. Well, it's a house cleaning, but it's a slow and deliberate process. It's going to take a while, and people didn't believe us 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7, 8 years ago. But as this channel continues forward, you're going to learn that you should have believed back then because these things play out in time. They take time, and everything is coming to fruition. And it's really at a boiling point right now. Things are ticking along just fine, in my opinion. All right. Yeah, you guys please listen to Carol. Hit the like button. I appreciate that. Yeah, you got Dirty Diddy. That's right. You got Dirty Diddy. Remember, who would have thought 5, 10 years ago you'd have Epstein arrested, okay, and murdered. You'd have Ghislaine Maxwell dealt with. You'd have Harvey Weinstein dealt with. You'd have the Biden camp come into office so that you can see them at work uh, and see the mask slipping, literally. Did anyone see the story about Oprah being linked to Diddy and she checked into a hospital? Nancy Drew, good one. Good one. Happy Father's Day. Hey, Bobby Smith, are you lagging? You must be lagging behind in the. You seem like you're 10, 15 minutes behind. Good job. Good job, Bobby. You'll catch up. And then when you catch up to this, you'll realize that you're lagging behind. But yeah, you're starting. What we're starting to see is the exposure of the system. Okay. Um, and what was I going to say? You guys are distracting me in the chat. K West is cool, Chevy and Chevy. K West is cool. K West, Chevy's cool. You guys be cool. Um, what's I going to say? Oh, I lost it. I lost it. Hmm. What's up, Carol? Weren't you already in here and saying hello, Carol? What the heck? Um, anyhow, I've been going through the Karen Reed case for this very reason, okay, so that you can see how bad it is. You can see how bad it is. With Biden, oh yeah, I said about the mask slipping, literally. Um, but some of y'all ain't ready for that. But good old Biden with the mask and seeing the shit show, okay? You've had to see all these shit shows, and I'm telling you, this news. I mean, it's like this young thug YSL Rico. Uh, it's bad. It's showing you very bad things. Watching Biden on television is showing you very bad things. Watching this Karen Reed is showing you very bad things. Delphi will be showing you very bad things. Um, P. Diddy and company, very bad things. Ghislaine Maxwell, uh, so many bad things. But it's funny. Who do they make the bad guy in all of it? Trump. It's so hilarious that they make Trump like that's the only thing you're supposed to be looking at. And it's the only person you're supposed to be angry at. And it's the only thing that's supposed to be bad. Um, all right, let's see. What I find strange is Oprah, Tom Hanks, and Ellen were all wearing ankle bracelets before COVID. Then Oprah's front and center in Hawaii, and people are still supporting these clowns. Yes. And I mentioned it before on the show. Do you remember how bizarre Ellen was acting? I mean, she was losing her marbles on video. Tom Hanks was in a locked up facility. He was locked up in a facility. Uh, Hillary wore the boot. How many of them wore the boots? Remember the boots? I've never watched a single Great Pubes live. Well, I cannot attest to that. I know that, unfortunately, I've watched a few, and oof. Oh boy, I'm so sorry that I watched any Great Pubes ever, but it was sort of necessary evil. It's a rite of passage to be gaslit by Gray Hughes, then figure out what the hell he's actually doing, and then have to refer back to him to see some of the stuff that the family has said. Which leads me to some of the claims on a recent live stream by one of the LARPing law enforcement officers uh, who tried to make it seem like anyone questioning the bizarre behavior and suspicious inconsistencies uh, and red flags of the family is bashing the family and re-victimizing the family. And he was in particular probably referring to people like me in regards to Delphi murders, because he cannot understand that a large majority of people find statements made by the Patties extremely concerning. Red flags being thrown up, suspicion and guilt being put out there, and so no. Do I feel bad? No. There's no family bashing here. What there is calling out the obvious, because if you're throwing out all these signals of deception, of inconsistency, of guilt, of weirdness, and people call it and pick it out and observe it and speak upon it and have a gut reaction to it, it is what it is. So how can you sit there, how can you guys sit there and say, no, you're family bashing? Well, you don't know what family bashing is, because family bashing is doing all of the above for no reason. Okay, questioning the family, calling out suspicious about the family suspicions when there are none that have been cast. But just like with little baby Dior, just like with the Ramseys, just like with the McCabe's and those other folks, just like with the Patties, you have people who throw up obvious red flags, and there are people out here who are looking at these families in these murder cases and saying, this feels wrong. I sense something off here. Okay. When you try to gaslight the whole fucking public into the fact that they're not allowed to have a gut feeling about things that are setting off red flags and trigger alerts inside of them, you're gaslighting them, and you're labeling them conspiracy theorists, family bashers, when they are not. Because if none of these families were giving off these mixed signals and these throwing out these red flags, then no one in the public would be saying a thing, except the 1 or 2% of the general population who are whack jobs, who are going to be family bashers. But normal folks like us, who are not family bashers, not whack jobs, and not just 1 or 2% of the population, but more like 65, 75%, we're going to say something ain't right with these people. And I'll say it about the Ramseys. I'll say it about O.J. Simpson. I'll say it about uh, that woman, Susan Smith. I'll say it about the little Dior's parents. I'll say it about the Patties. And I'll say it about a whole bunch of others. Because it is what it is. Gray Hughes is a dirty, opubescent man. I just saw a short done by Joseph Morris, and I think he does good research. Something way off with Maui and her school she has created in Africa. You mean Oprah? Yes, coming off the adrenochrome must be tough. Yeah, like I said, when when Ellen was acting like a maniac, I never knew it was that deep. What are you talking about? The pre-COVID stuff, Bobby? What's up, Silky? Hey, welcome in. Are you taking your Friday off? I rarely see you. Good to see you, Silky. All right. K West, did you not see the one where Gray admits that Libby wasn't wearing sweatpants? No, I saw him change gears after 6 years of saying she's in sweatpants. I saw all of a sudden when the crime scene photos are leaked, he says, "Oh well, she was in jeans. No big deal. No big deal. She was in jeans. No big deal." He just makes it a nothing burger. He just, as if for 6 years you didn't say that she was in sweatpants. Oh, you're joking? Okay, K West. Yeah, so let me try to catch up with you guys. I know I went on a little tangent there. What's up, Silky? Hey, Silky. Yep, it's a bad injury. Felt that way for about 2 weeks. Oh, you mean you felt drunk or whatever? Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, I'm still coming off of that feeling. I think it's just from getting hit really hard. I watched the Stranger Things episode, and it was located in Delphi, and there was a government facility doing secret experiments using children with gifts to communicate with different realms or spirits. Well, that's what really happened at Montauk. That whole show is based off of the Montauk experiment. It was going down there with Preston Nichols and Al Bielek and that whole crew, um, using the William Reich trauma-based programming, um, and trauma-based ESP, for lack of a better term. I do believe I've actually entered his life to call him once or twice when Raffi first jumped on in the support of Raffi, but initially haven't ever watched him like that. Yeah, exactly, right? Exactly, Silky. They could have based Stranger Things on Delphi. Yeah, if it was only about killing the kids and then doing weird shit after and covering up for 7 years and making YouTube channels and running a troll farm, yeah, they could have made Stranger Things. Maybe we should make things stranger. Okay. Weird how Anne Hetch passed. Yeah, remember she wasn't dead yet. She was fighting to get off that. Isn't she the one who was fighting to get off that gurney? Hey, Miss Silky, glad you're here, says Nancy. Just got off work. Well, happy Friday. Hopefully you have your weekend off. Ex parte means it can't even be talked about in a normal court setting. Yeah, supposed to be. How about the one where she says Libby never wears matching socks, but we have the pic of her wearing matching socks? I mean, my opinion, there's a whole effort to get ahead of the story on every single aspect, every single tiny anomaly in the case. But that's my conspiracy theory. Okay. All right, just a moment, please. All right, so she was interested in child trafficking. Yeah, do we think they killed her? If that's the one I'm thinking of who tried to get up off of the gurney when she was supposedly already dead, I watched Skin, the movie, after Rafty mentioned it in his recent video, and it was also based in Fort Wayne. It was about getting out of the Vinlanders. Oh, I haven't seen that. I haven't heard it. Wow. Oh man. So no. So we had what I've been showing in the past couple lives with the Karen Reed case is the outrageous behavior of your lead, Michael Proctor. Do you know that this guy? Okay, let's set aside all the completely inappropriate shit regarding uh, talking about her body, talking about her accent, talking about her surgeries, her medical condition, etc. Okay, we're going to set that all aside because, yeah, you could say that's irrelevant. The guy actually said maybe she'll kill herself. He actually wished for her to do that to herself. And I said in that stream, doesn't it sound familiar? This is what the troll farm has wished for. Jinx 13, Tommy Frost, Chris Long. Yes, they were literally discussing, wishing or hoping or speculating that several of us would kill ourselves. Have all the receipts, posted a couple of them. There's more. Uh, this is what these fucking psychotics do. They wish suicide upon those they don't care for. But Prof, we have a missing sock and missing underwear, but we actually have Abby's missing pants and her gray zip up. Paul Walker also doing a documentary on child trafficking. Misinform, mislead, and misguide is the name of their game. Oh, the skin. This is worth the watch. Yeah. So yeah, I was saying with that guy, right? He wishes death upon Karen Reed. Okay, so we covered that. He's your lead. He's your lead with law enforcement, right? He's supposed to be the guy that's solving this case. Okay, you had the ATF get their ass handed to them. Now, I mentioned in a few shows ago how that weirdo freak director of the ATF, Congress basically kicked him in the balls real hard. You know, he was squirming in Washington, addressing their concerns, and now we had a court decision come down, a couple court decisions, kicking the ATF in the balls. One regarding bump stocks, okay, and one regarding pistol braces. Now, these issues have been highly contested in the gun community or in the 2A community in the past couple years, and so you had that news drop that they can shove it, right? They can shove that. Um, they're not going to turn 5 to 7 or 10 million people into felons overnight. So they got their ass handed to them as far as the bump stocks and the pistol braces. You got Biden being a weirdo with the other weirdo dude named the Pope. Okay, the Pope and Biden and President of France and just the whole weirdness going down with Biden over across the ocean right now. Alex Jones, they're literally destroying the man's life for his excellent reporting over the years regarding Sandy Hook, regarding international politics, regarding the United States government. Let me ask you this. How much has Alex Jones been correct about when no one else in media was giving you the goods? Alex Jones was giving you the goods. And what are they doing to him? They're destroying his life literally right now. They're trying to take him down all the way. But the thing is, they can't. They can take his possessions, but there's plenty other people willing to give him everything he needs to keep going. So they will not silence him. They may take his money, they may take his stocks, they may take his building, they may take his equipment, but he'll have more. Okay? And Alex Jones has been the number one most correct person in the past 20 years on all of the important issues. You had Trump go to D.C. and have a meeting with the Republicans there. Just been a lot of crazy news. It's been a week filled with craziness. I mean, I can't even keep up. I literally can't keep up. Our good friend ACB asked if I would cover the YSL Young Thug trial, and I want to say, damn, ACB, how do you expect me? How on earth can you expect me to even attempt to keep up with the amount of news that is overflowing? It's as if people don't understand how much news is actually hitting the ground. Oh, and Candace Owens. Okay, so Candace Owens left the crazy weirdo Ben Shapiro, who I cannot stand. That guy's a freak if there ever was one. Um, yes, of course he was right, but they've used Sandy Hook, okay, and they've used a lot of other things, and you know how it goes. So we can't even talk about it because just by talking about it, uh, that's something you're not allowed to talk about. Just like during COVID, you were not allowed to talk about those vaccines and using ivermectin and what was the other one? Hydroxychloroquine. When Trump was telling you that's the shit that's going to work, okay, fuck the vaccines, um, they didn't allow it. Look at what they did on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, on Google platform. Uh, they did not allow you to talk truth about COVID. They did not allow the doctors to talk truth about COVID. They did not allow anyone to question the vaccines, which have now been proven to hurt people. Many people are suffering irreparable damage with vaccines. And those of us who did not take it, we were blessed because we stood up to the bullies. They tried to bully you and bully everyone and gaslight everyone, the entire world, into taking that vaccine and for it to be forced upon you. Okay, and it turns out the ones who didn't take it are the ones who are okay. Um, Look up Gil Dando UK brought her up before whilst leading example of establishment environment within killing celebrities for silence purposes. Has anyone watched Rita May's Called? Snapchat that killed all those veterans in Clarksburg, West Virginia? No. I don't know what you're talking about, Carol. Um, Alex Jones has been correct often, almost everything. Could never get head around the fact that Sandy Hook pupils and teachers would be evacuated in a situation like that, only to enter and re-exit the building over and over again like that. Never witnessed that before. I mean, a lot of people, they don't have the memory. They have zero retention. So a lot of people can't remember all that was proven and shown about Sandy Hook. I mean, you remember the weirdo neighbor guy? Remember that guy, the weirdo neighbor crisis actor guy? All right. Love Candace. They banned the people who spoke up. Um, no, I gotta say though, this judge in the Karen Reed, um, she's actually okay. I'm kind of astonished because all we've been seeing is horrendous judges and really bad judges. And in this particular instance with Karen Reed, you seem to have a good judge. So it's kind of interesting, if I must say so myself. I mean, I don't know any, I don't know everything about the lady or any of the whatever might be really contentious about her, but I think overall, she's she seems to be pretty good, pretty neutral for the most part. What's up, old Mart? I lost friends over the vaccine. Yeah, now look, I lost friends over COVID. So Was COVID real? Yes, absolutely. It was created in a laboratory. That has been proven. A laboratory that NIH was running and that Fauci lied about. Okay. That's why Trump called it the China virus, because it was created as a bioweapon in China and everyone knows it. So COVID was real. And if you got that bioweapon, you were sick. I got it myself and I was sick. But somehow I survived. And I've had friends that I lost, though. I lost friends who could not survive it. Okay, so unfortunately, yes, people perished due to COVID. But more people have been damaged by the vax. Because remember, during COVID, they counted every single death as a COVID death. Let's say you died in a vehicle accident. You died in a vehicle accident. They tested you for the antibodies. They counted that as a COVID death, right? Remember that? That's how they jacked the death rate sky high. Is they fudged the numbers because we are dealing with bean counters. Don't forget it. We're dealing with bean counters, and Christ is King. And they tried to lie to you. They tried to make it seem like all of these people died from complications due to COVID when they actually died natural deaths and uh, happened to have COVID antibodies in their system, so therefore, boom, classified as COVID, right? So we didn't lose that many to COVID, but there were deaths attributed to COVID. But guaranteed, there's a lot more damage done to people from the vaccines, and that's a fact. Apologies. Jill Dando. She was Britain's biggest female reporter and a holiday show lady, very loved and well respected. She compiled a file on UK celebrities and royals involved in child sacrifice and abuse. Well, makes her a target. Like I said, why am I a target? Think about it. Why is Prof a target? You obviously see what they are doing to me. Why is Prof a target? What have I said about Delphi that makes me a target? Not vaccinated here. A lot of my based friends have terrible side effects. You mean You're vaxed? That's what I thought. Yeah. A lot of your vaxed friends have terrible side effects. Remember that what it's done to people's hearts, especially. There's other side effects as well, but the biggest side effects, as far as I'm aware, have been the myocarditis, heart inflammation, and problems. Well, naturally, you know, see, if you would have studied what was in those vaccines instead of letting the mainstream media bully you and gaslight you into accepting those vaccines, you would have never taken them because just one quick glance at what was in those vaccines was enough to tell me all I needed to know. Most countries engage in gain of function research. Obvious from the get go, it was gain of function virus. It's a bioweapon. Okay. What they failed to tell you, it wasn't just a leak from a lab, it wasn't just gain of function research, it was a bioweapon. It was created as a bioweapon and it was deployed as a bioweapon. All the lettered agencies are suspect. They don't have a great track record thus far. Nope. People were paid up to $1,000 to get the vax. That should tell you something. Yeah, they had to force you to get it. They were really trying hard. Remember all the commercials? Remember the doctors? The doctors who got silenced, shamed, humiliated, banned? And remember, ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine were effective and still are. Remember how you couldn't fly without a vaccine card? For Thanksgiving, you may not visit family. Yes, that's why I didn't fly. Anyone close to the truth is targeted. Well, I still take ivermectin. Good. Wow, God bless you. It's probably going to help you out in the long run, long term. But yeah, so I mean, the craziest news this week at such a rate you can't even keep up with it. Which is why I haven't been able to keep up with it. I've barely been able to keep up with just doing some coverage of the worst. Understand what I've done with Karen Reed. Only the absolute worst cross examinations I've given you. I still haven't even gotten to Jen McCabe's husband, I'm sorry, Jen. I believe his name is Matt, but I wanted to cover him because his was horrible too. Um, his was horrible, and I haven't even been able to cover him. You know, it's been outrageous. Um, Jeez. No, but you had all of that just this past week. Just a moment, please. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Had a little too much water here. Had to take care of it. But thank you so much for holding there. Now let's see. You can hear me okay again. Let's see. Oh, there we go. All right, let's see what we got here. Nobody can be worse than Proctor. Proctor and Holman are Twinkies. Avian bird flu spliced with SARS. That's going to be the new one. That's the new one that I'm going to. Let's see. I'm trying here. I'm trying, but you guys got me lost. Let's see. I'm trying to catch up here. Yeah, I said I don't give a fuck about those Royals. Royals. Oh, what was I gonna say? Let's see. Gosh, I lost it. Well, I love your statement here. All of the viruses are probably created in some lab for a long time. The world is starting to seem more like a simulation. No, it's not a simulation. It's a that's called you're breaking the cognitive dissonance of what has actually happened. What was really going on in the 1800s? They burned every city down. Is what they did. Why? Because the whole country was habit inhabited by Moors. You know, man, are we kidding ourselves here? This is a Moorish nation. Okay, what happened is for hundreds of years, uh, well, there were problems. The Moors died, a lot of them, I believe, due to flooding, and where the remnant was wiped out, and then the cities were burned, and uh, and that's when white men discovered America, and it took quite a long time to habitate America. But we're conspiracy theorists here, allegedly. Horse and buggy people did not build these amazing structures. No, they did not. It doesn't add up. That's right. Largest stones on Earth that we still cannot move. Old pictures, people look staged. They are standing in mud next to ruins. Yes, because the entire nation flooded. And we dug out from the mud. We burned the remnant and enslaved and killed the rest. And this is called white man's progress. It's not a simulation. It's called History is a Lie, written by the survivors, and you've been programmed since birth um, to believe a certain narrative. And if you actually look at the evidence, what you see is pretty frightening. The orphan trains and the world fairs, yes. Um, and you may as well throw in the floods that left mud everywhere. You have lots of so there are lots of desert areas that used to be underwater, and it makes you wonder uh, what happened to such an extent that the water was so deep that it would leave behind 30 feet of sand or hundreds of feet of sand. I mean, that means you are at the bottom of an ocean, and what survives now is desert. So there's plenty of places all around the world. There's in China, there's in the Middle East, in Africa, in South America, in North America. There are places that were underwater that are now not underwater, but you see large amounts of sand. Pardon me. Okay. I lost a bunch of people I knew died from COVID. Absolutely monetary gain involved. I hope I didn't cross any lines, but COVID killed my 39-year-old cousin, big healthy guy. Many friends passed with COVID. Yeah, I lost an uncle and one of my best friends, whole lot. Um, so let's see what else. What else newsworthy have we missed from this week? Because it's been so. Like I said, it's been so much. I can't even keep up. Well, Garland. Okay, Merrick Garland. He's got hit with contempt of Congress, rightfully so, and who knows if it's actually going to be addressed um, at the next level. But that's been a major accomplishment there. Um, because if you've been keeping up with what he's been pulling for a long time, uh, you're dealing with an activist, uh, insane leftist in charge of the FBI. It's uh, it's unethical, and that's what you're dealing with. Yeah. Oh yeah, and Hunter was found guilty of nothing though. Okay, of weapons charges. What he actually needs to be found guilty of is the human trafficking and the working for the big guy. 10% for the big guy. Is that what it was? 10%. Same family is responsible for that. Literally own the universal banking system and our birth certificates where we're bought and sold before we even born. Yeah, what are you going to do about all that? Um, not much. So you got intentional escalation with Russia, which is happening right now. Okay. That's your administration intentionally escalating warfare with Russia in this proxy war. No one will call it out. You have an insane leftist activist, director of the FBI, hiding and refusing to prosecute uh, any anything that would damage these pedophiles. For instance, Congress asked, why are you not prosecuting those tied to Epstein? You guys remember that? Did you see that last week, in the past week or so, a week or two? I can't keep up. But a recent development. Why are you not prosecuting those tied to Epstein? Crickets. Crickets from Merrick Garland. Okay. The same one who's hiding and protecting Biden. Okay. Now, you see in the pattern here? You had the insane leftist director of the ATF who was trying to incriminate 10 million people for pistol braces, for weapons and braces legally purchased over the past 10 or so years, people in complete compliance with the law. He tried turning 10 million of them into felons overnight. Congress got on his ass. He squirmed. He couldn't even apologize genuinely to the wife of the man that they went and murdered in a 6 a.m. raid. For the suspicion of selling guns for profit. Now keep in mind what this ATF is doing. Nothing here is involved in weapons used for crimes on the street, which is the number one problem. What is the number one problem with weapons? I'll fucking tell you, because no one else will. It's the ghetto. It's the handguns in the hood. It's the guns that people are buying round the corner off the street. That's the problem with weapons, okay? The guns that are killing people and being used in murders are small handguns that are purchased illegally off the street. Where's the ATF for those guys? What do we do with those guys? We give them a revolving door. That's what we do with those guys, okay? We let them right back out so they can kill again. Those weapons that were legally purchased by the 10 million Americans who are good, legal, law-abiding gun owners, those guys who went and they bought a weapon with a pistol brace or a bump stock or anything like that to go and shoot at the gun range on the weekends or to go hunting, those are not your killers. Where is the ATF? See, because the ATF is run by activist freaks who only want to disarm all of the law-abiding gun owners. They don't care that in every inner city, it's small handguns that are being traded in the street that are killing everyone in the neighborhood. And when those people do get caught and do get arrested, they end up back on the street like a revolving door. Who had to go? Who are you talking about? There's a lot of witches and warlocks behind the scenes. Yeah, especially in the Delphi community. I mean, you'd be astonished. Do you want me to name them? You guys want me to start naming some of these freaks? I mean, are we kidding ourselves here? Are we kidding ourselves here that this Delphi is not run by witches and warlocks? I mean, that's your troll farm. Hello. It's a full blown spiritual war. Light versus dark, protect your temple. When I went to high school, the guys had their hunting guns in the back windshield. Yeah, I remember my parents did too. No one ever thought of bringing them into schools. No, because school shooters are primarily a psyop. It's becoming clear to me as we speak on these topics that the USA very different information about investigative and investigations and research in these matters. No wonder you can't get the best UK documentaries. Yeah, say that again, K West. You know I get confused. Who was killed by the FBI? Oh, the guy that they were. Uh, okay, let's go back to that. He was linked to Mexico gun smuggling and was set to blow the lid on the FBI environment with it all, plus the links to the Clintons with it. So he had to go. I was referring to the bloke who was killed by the FBI. You mean the ATF? It was the ATF who did it. It was the ATF. But like I said, this asshole couldn't even apologize to the wife. If you saw the half-hearted, he couldn't even look her in the eye and genuinely say, I am sorry. What did he do? He said, of course, he kind of half turned and he said, of course we didn't want that to happen. And it is unfortunate, blah, blah, blah. But we had an agent hurt as well. Played victim. He played victim. But no, we're escalating, so we're going to escalate war with Russia because that's what's wanted. Remember, we're going into election season. Okay, we're going into time to vote for Trump. So what are they going to do? They're going to give us war, chaos, riots in the streets, maybe a new illness, maybe some blackouts, so maybe some more censorship. Remember with this what's his name who ran Twitter before Twitter got freed? Jack Dorsey. Remember what he did to Trump? Remember what he did? Do you think that? Do you think that was right? Do you realize there was an executive order at play about presidential communications? What did we call it? See, I have to go back into my memory banks, and it's kind of difficult. Um, hmm. I'll do a show at some point about it. because there was an executive order, um, and there was also oh well, I have to get it. It was basically a congressional motion put forward or whatever it's called, but it's centered around the fact that in this day and age, social media posts by presidents are considered official presidential communications. So what Jack Dorsey did by banning Trump from Twitter was it, it it was an actual crime, because you cannot remove official presidential communications, and that's what he did. But I'll have to get myself together on that. I'm forgetting all the terminology, but it's important, and I'll explain why when I do that show. No telling what they're going to pull. In reality, all they have to do is steal the election again. I don't believe in the elections; they're just polls. Well, I mean, when elections went to electronic devices, they became meaningless, and that's just a fact. I mean, do we not understand that the way wire fraud is committed is you go and you enter numbers on a computer and make false transactions? And don't you understand that votes are the same? They just had another simulation like Event 201, was for COVID. I forgot the new virus name. It's coming though. Remember Event 201? It was literally like carbon copy. I mean, it was a full, even in the way the media was involved. I mean, how many people out here? Troll Farm. Here's a question for you. Have you not gone and studied Event 201 and how it predicated COVID and all the things that would transpire, including the shaming of people who were vaccine hesitant or resistant? We know what we're dealing with here for quite a while now. Yes, I'm drinking too much water. All right. Gosh, let's see what we got here. All right, so yeah, we'll hang around a little longer, and then we'll call it an early night. I'm tired already, and I'm drinking too much water. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me tonight. So I'm trying to get all that medication down. Yeah, been a crazy week of news. I just can't handle it. It's the pace of it. I don't know if you guys have noticed. Yeah, and I mean, am I tripping here? It seems like the pace of it this past week has just been escalated. I can't even keep up. You got all these trials going on that are exposing a lot of corruption. You got all the international politics. You got all the stuff with Congress. It's just boom, 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 boom. It's an insane cycle that's turning around right now. I mean, and the whole thing with With the whole Fannie Willis and Alvin Bragg bullshit that's transpiring, we almost forgot about that. You remember, all of that's crumbling as we speak because we had the potential for a mistrial here with the blabbing on Facebook by one of the cousins of one of the jurors regarding, uh, yay, Trump's going to be prosecuted. Remember that? So the whole Alvin Bragg, the Fannie Willis, it's all fucking crumbling on top of everything else. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Nancy. My ADHD triggered. My thoughts are all over the place. Yeah, it's been I'm telling you, I noticed, I've watched the news closely often, and I'm telling you, in my opinion, the pace of it all has really picked up, which means something's going on. Okay. They're picking up the pace this week. Something's going on. The pace is picking up. So what's going on? The pace is picking up. So they're the noise that it's escalating. Everything's escalating. You got the fucking disasters with all the legal system escalating. You got Biden over there across the ocean. All that bullshit and his incompetency and the mask slipping is escalating. You've got escalating on the war front with Putin, and it's escalation all the way around, and that's what's being reflected in the news cycle. All right, see you later, Bobby. See you later, Bobby. Good night. Good night, sir. Don't watch the news. Can't take it seriously anymore. Even the weather forecast is bull. And yet, here Delphi seems to have died and no hope. Oh, there's hope. There's hope. Shit is hitting the fan in Delphi, but it's a slow roll. Like I said, we've already shown you everything about Delphi, and I'm telling you, this Richard Allen guy is probably involved. So just wait till we get to trial. Wait till we get to trial. But good night, Bobby. Yeah, I want to say good night. All right. I always thought it was World War II that brought the Nazis over, but check out the Dungeons and Dragons war games. Comes via Prussia in the late 1800s. Whoa, that one flew right by me. Wait till they get all the text messages from Fanny, Bragg, and Letitia all in cahoots. Yeah, I'm telling you, shit is hitting the fan big time. It's just I know that a lot of people have difficulty. I understand what it's like. I mean, look at Delphi. Okay, Delphi, you had catfishing going on. Yes, you had a Dropbox. Yes, you had Keegan Klein involved. Yes, you had others involved who are also currently in the YouTube community. Okay. Yes, you had knowledge from the family. You had all of this shit. Yes, you had the Kokomo crew involved. See, all of this shit that people have forgotten about with Delphi, it's still at play, and so is Richard Allen. So when the truth really comes out about Delphi, people will wake the fuck up and get over it. Okay, because people have this tunnel vision. They cannot imagine anything other than this most stupid fucking scenario. For instance, sleuth intuition. Okay, all he can imagine is that Richard Allen is your Gray Hughes type of bad guy. He's the one guy. He went did the blah 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 bullshit. Okay. Then there's people on the opposite end. All they can imagine is it's everyone except Richard Allen. Okay. And there's no way I fucking think it's Brad Holder. I mean, there's absolutely no way. Okay, I understand That was attempted to be put across, and there's suspicions there. But the suspicions are because of Elvis Fields. It's not because of Brad Holder, in my opinion. In my opinion, Elvis Fields makes Brad Holder look guilty. It's not Brad Holder that makes Brad Holder look guilty. It's Elvis Fields. That means probably Elvis Fields was involved. I know that the trial will be a joke with the unfair judge. Wish the people of Carroll County cared like those in Canton. Yes, but they don't, because they're all covering their own asses because they were all a part of it. Not only that, we should have cameras. We should have cameras. Cameras should be allowed in the courtroom. The bullshit excuse that Gull gave makes no sense whatsoever. Absolutely no sense. I mean, you're gonna say that because one time someone fucked up, that means for the rest of the year no one gets any cameras? I mean, that aren't you a fascist? Like, that's the worst teacher. Imagine if you had a teacher in school or a parent. You have a teacher or whatever in school, and the rule is the first time you talk in my class, you're expelled from school. Is that how it works? Or do you get multiple opportunities to correct? Okay, but think about school. Like, yeah, the first time you probably get corrected by the teacher verbally. Then you may get corrected a second and maybe even a third or fourth or fifth or 10th time by the teacher verbally. Then you may get some type of punishment like an assignment or a detention, in school detention or something. Then you may get a more vigorous response, like you may get like a bad mark on your behavior, or you may get a Saturday detention or after school detention, or you may get a meeting with your parents. There's so many levels of correction, right, with school. So what is it? What if that teacher? What if there was no correction? It was straight to expelled. No school for you. Well, that's what you got with Judge Gull. There's no correcting. There's no opportunities to make things work. It's just like, no, you fucked up once with the camera, so you're out of here. No cameras. It doesn't make sense. I don't know. I don't know, Sandy. I don't know what it is. And we've never experienced anything like Delphi. Well, like I said, it's because Delphi opens a door to a human trafficking, meth trafficking operation of the whole Midwest. They're afraid of that. Not only that, there's links to California, in my opinion. Okay, the sex trafficking, it doesn't just stick around Indiana and Ohio. Okay, the sex trafficking goes to the East Coast, goes to the West Coast, probably other places. If that is exposed by Delphi, everyone involved would have a reason to keep it hidden. And I think that's what the deal is. What's up, Prof and crew? Just joining in. What's up, James? Nobody's ever explained Elvis Fields away to me. No, me either. I believe Elvis probably was there as part of that party, the pig roast, whatever you want to call it, the multi-day meth binge in which they were fucking and filming. If Elvis was involved in that way, he could make Brad Holder look guilty because remember, Elvis Fields was consistently mimicking Brad Holder's Facebook post and Brad Holder in general. He worshiped Brad Holder's. I'm not getting red flags from Brad Holder. I'm sorry. I'm not. I mean, I remember when the news first dropped, Brad Holder was replying to Facebook messages. Okay. Brad Holder got upset and threatened to sue for defamation. Okay. Brad Holder, there's a lot of things about Brad Holder that don't match what I'm seeing at the crime scene. What I'm seeing at the crime scene looks like someone attempting to replicate Brad Holder. So, until further notice, Prof has cleared Brad Holder. I have not cleared Richard Allen. I have not cleared Elvis Fields. I have not cleared Garrett Kurtz. I have not cleared Kelsey German or anyone else or any of the witnesses who were allegedly there that day, like Cheyenne and Shelby and all the other fucking people over the years who have been alleged to be there. Tyler Joe French and Gabe Ellis and what's this other guy's name? Oh man, the gazillion names that we know about who were all there, not cleared any of them. I've kind of for my own peace of mind, I've kind of cleared Brad Holder. So that's where I am. I don't care where you are. You are not me. You're allowed to be you. Wish I could clear Richard Allen, I just can't, because I believe he was there that day with his weapon to help out his buddies, who were the people who killed Abby and Libby. It's my opinion. Anyway, we will be doing another Let's Talk Delphi show very soon. Like I said, I wanted to cover the most outrageous witnesses with the Karen Reed fiasco. But we'll be doing another Let's Talk Delphi. I think it'll be show number 95, in which we cover some Delphi anomalies. In particular, we'll be getting into some of the Jalen Rain, some of the Ted Bear, some of the concerning aspects of the sex clubs is my goal, and I will be doing a Flora commentary very soon for you guys. I think it's important that you have my commentary on Flora. I haven't ever really given it completely. I've just hinted at it, and I think it's time to take the muzzle off because a lot of people like lying, gaslighting, virtue signaling, trying to cover Flora by being troll farm for sake of gaining credibility, because their credibility has been so damaged by what I've revealed about them. So they like covering other cases around Indiana to make themselves look like they're victims advocates when they're actually just covering up the murders of Abby and Libby. So I'm offended that they have adhered to the Flora 4 murders, and no, I don't think it's anyone else other than people who were in that house that day, and we'll be talking about that later. Um, anyway, anyone in the viewing audience, please join the chat. We only have a handful in the chat and a bunch of lurkers, so I don't mind if you hate watch, rage watch, hate watch, but join the chat and participate with your associates. Don't be weird. Don't be wallflowers. You guys are weird. You guys are like the guys in the, because you are incels. You're like the guys at prom who hang around the walls of the gymnasium because you're antisocial freaks and you're too afraid to actually talk to a girl. So you just hold the walls up. You're wallflowers. And so you guys in the viewing audience who are just lurking, you're kind of being weird. You're being a wallflower. You're being a incel. You're being a freak. You're being a little boy afraid to talk to girls. So please don't be afraid to talk to girls. Join the chat. Talk to the girls. Um, ease up, okay? Um, if you're a nerd, a freak, an incel, just be who you are in the chat and stop being weird in my channel, please. I'd block you if I could. I just can't. So rage watch if you must, but join the chat. I noticed there's a big time spice dealer from Tulsa, Oklahoma arrested, and he's also has an address in Lafayette. Looks like he's a native of Indiana. Uh, type his name in the chat, please, Sandy. I see our wallflowers will refuse till their dying day to join the chat, just like they'll never click. Remember the link that I always had challenged? Troll Farm, click the link. Not one of them would ever click that goddamn link, man. It's like kryptonite to the Troll Farm. But you know, it is what we're dealing with in hey, the internet. It's like the cesspool of creation called the internet. This is what we deal with. Well, look, I put the link up, not for the trolls, but for all of you nice folks in the chat. Anyone wanting to join, say hello to everyone. You're welcome to come backstage. Let me see who you are and join the chat or join the show here. As long as I know I can see who you are before you do so. And if not, we'll call it a night because I'm pretty tired. We've been going a good little while anyway. They ever find the car Elvis was in Bloody Door thing? The whole car was bloody. Yeah, I'm sure they know the car and where it is. And I don't know. It just seems to be another thing they either never investigated or they just got rid of, like they did with a large portion of this case, right? They just got rid of everything because they never want the Delphi murders to be completely solved because that means some of them go to prison. Why? Because they were probably benefiting from sex trafficking that's going on in Indiana. Yes, I mean the higher ups, the people who are protecting the whole fucking house of cards. All right. Well, hey guys, I had a lot of fun, but no one's clicking the fucking link and no one's joining the chat. Thanks, commentator Root. Thanks for joining the chat. You're a champ for doing that. But no one else is joining the chat. You're being weirdos at the high school prom, and I'm tired of it, and tired of sitting here talking to myself anyway. But I appreciated everyone coming in. Like I said, we've got some shows coming up, and oh, once again, I don't know what happened to my sweet Amy, but I'd love to post the support pathways, but I'm not going to do it because she's not here and she's always the one who does it. But listen, please support the channel. Send me a super chat. Send me a GoFundMe. I'm trying to raise funds for some lawyers to deal with the straight up slander that's going on, the defamation right now. Yes, that is happening. You know what's happening? They're saying things that are not true about me, and I'm going to put a stop to it. But please support the channel, and you can do so with that particular GoFundMe or the super chats or the Cash App or I don't know if you want to buy merch. I don't make hardly anything off of it, 5% at the most, more like 3 or 4%. But there's all kind of ways to support the channel. Please support the channel, and that would help me out. And those of you already in the chat where you're supporting in that way, which is also extremely helpful, and I appreciate it. I don't know who he's named after. I don't know. Let's say the way he acts, I would say he's named after Elvis Costello because he's sure not anything like a Presley. All right. Good night. Y'all are awesome. You're awesome, Scott. Nancy Drew says there's a lot going on in the Abby and Libby ball field this summer. Oh yeah, they're raking in the money. They are in super grift mode with the Abby and Libby ballpark. You know, the millions that it brings in. Tell you what, this has been the most lucrative murder you could imagine. They made sure of it. But yeah, please support the channel. Hit the like. If you're on a replay, make sure you hit the like before you leave and leave a comment down below because we love the comments. Comment section when we're live is the chat, and comment section when we're on a replay is the comment section down below. So please do that too. All right. Let's say what I'm dealing with here. Say goodbye to everyone before. Oh look, Mike Patty creeps me out. Freckle Joy says, hello all. Today was a very sad day. Why was it sad, Freckle Joy? Don't be sad. Could it be a trafficking spot? No, the ballpark? No, I don't think so. They're not going to do that anymore out in public because they've already been caught, So trust me, they've really gone into the shadows since the Delphi murders. Most of them deleted all their accounts and they went into hiding. I mean, you've had to have tracked this stuff, but a lot of them just went into hiding, and they've been in hiding. But two LA County firefighters were killed in an explosion. Well, that's sad to hear, Freckle Joy. I'm surprised I didn't see that on Twitter. Usually that pops right on up, that kind of stuff. Let's see if I can find it real quick. It says there's a vehicle explosion at a quarry. Well, why? Why would a vehicle explode at a quarry? Oh, it was a burning tractor, burning front end. Let me read it. Thank you, Freckle Joy, and I'm sorry about that. I was in the ER when they were brought in. It was intense. Sorry, Freckle Joy. A Los Angeles County firefighter was killed on Friday, June 14th. That's today. When part of a burning front end loader exploded at a Little Rock quarry. LA County Fire Department crews responded around 2 p.m. to the quarry in the 7300 block of Pearl Blossom Highway in the community southeast of Palmdale on a report of a burning vehicle. County Fire Chief Anthony Marone said a short time after crews arrived, perhaps around 2:10, an explosion occurred, killing Andrew Pontius, a 19-year veteran, 19-year veteran. Early into the evening, his body remained at the scene, covered with an American flag. A second firefighter who was near the blast was taken to Antelope Valley Medical Center, but did not suffer any serious injuries and was being released from the hospital. I don't know how the fire started. I don't know what exploded, Marone said, noting that a thorough investigation will be conducted. Marone said Pontius was stationed at Palmdale. Marone called him a wonderful man. He was married. He's a father. It's just such a tragedy. By late afternoon, the large front-end loader was still burning and sending thick black smoke into the air. Fire crews kept their distance from the equipment, which was in an isolated dirt area and did not present any danger of spreading flames to other vehicles. Crews kept a water hose line on the vehicle, and most of the flames appeared to have been doused by early evening. LA County Supervisor Catherine Barger, whose district includes the Little Rock area, said in a statement that her heart is heavy. My deepest condolences to the Pontius family and other firefighters at Station 93. She said it's sobering, and it's a sobering reminder of the dangers our first responders face every day. We owe them our steadfast support as they grapple with the loss. Supervisor said, I'm committed to ensuring our fire personnel are connected with needed mental health support as they grieve. Oh, what a sad thing. Oh, the tire blew off and struck them in the head. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, we will. I hate to end it on a sad note like that, but we will pray for him and his family. Well, sorry about that, Freckle Joy. We'll pray for you too. Probably a 996. You mean 1996 or 996? 996. Well, we'll pray for him and his family, and for you, Freckle Joy, and for you, uh, Commentator Root. How about for everyone? Because we all need it. Like I said, this has been a crazy, crazy time. We're in the midst of a crazy time. Growing pains are hard. It's really hard. Growing pains are hard, and we are all growing. And so, uh, let's turn it into that. Let's turn it into a Friday night uh, prayer session when we end the show. Instead of partying, getting shit faced drunk, smoking up a bunch of meth, snorting up a bunch of coke, and going to rape some women and men, uh, like the troll farm would do. Let us turn this into a prayerful Friday night when we end the show, and go on in and do some reflection and some prayer for everyone's peace and sanity and growth, so that we can step further in to the great roles that God has set for us, um, as we teach the next generation. So God bless you all. Condolences to you, Freckle Joy, and to the family. Um, and love goes out to everyone here, because this is what it's supposed to be about. Life is about love, because otherwise you're only dealing with death and hate. And that's not what the good Lord has set out for us. So we're going to focus on love, and things will continue to be better because God wins in the end. Okay. So good night, Freckle Joy. Good night for baby daddy, commentator Root. Who else was here? Nancy Drew 101. Just James Scott was here. Sandy D for baby daddy. Brittany was here. Bobby Smith was here earlier. Kay West was here earlier. Mr. Bill was here. Who else did I see earlier? Chevy Killer. Old Mort, New Mort. Silky was here way earlier. Carol was here way earlier. And hey, all you wallflowers in the chat, okay? All you wallflowers, you know, the weirdos, the incels, the haters, all you people who are antisocial freaks, meth heads, uh, women beaters, you know who I'm talking to. All you freaks, uh, good night to you too. I know that you were here, rage watching, and so I appreciate you too. So please hit the like, and I'll see you next time. Good night, Freckled. Well, yeah, I do mean good night, Freckled Joy, but good night, Nancy Drew. I see you too. Did I mention your name? I forget. Anyway, good night. Good chatting with you all, and yeah, we'll see you later. So let's boom on out of here. Give you a little feeding the ducks.